misfit, yeah. Might have been the one, but I missed that, yeah. I should've been playing no tricks.
PSA here. We got a special guest here, man. That be me right here. You know, we got the waiting on the sis and the your sis Jarue, waiting on Nick. Everybody coming through. You know, it's been a long weekend. You know, everybody had little vacations, whatever. But what we gonna do here is just figure it out. Come on, we got
Give them an update on everything you got going on.
Oh yeah, back. I haven't been up here in it's been at least 6-7 months. As y'all know, or may not know, my name is Mark. I did 22. You know, we are all about taking advantage of or using the opportunities provided by us and provided by the system and provided by the city of Philadelphia, whatever, to help get ourselves better, whatever. You know, I drive trucks and I got my own truck now, so we trying to get it started. You know, trying to get everything going on the right note.
Yeah, I think the guest actually help people come back into the community from being locked up, and he helped them get their CDLs, help them do construction, help them get different things going.
Oh, well, damn, right up my lane.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right up my lane. But you know.
So tell them when you came home again.
I came home February 2020. I did 22 years. Got locked up when I was 18. Got out when I was 40, and hit the ground and, you know, been out here trying to adjust. It's been, matter of fact, it'll be 2 years exactly in 4 days when I got out. And since I got out, you know, I had numerous jobs, but got my CDL, drove for a company, got my own truck, trying to start my own business and all that, you know what I mean, just trying to make take baby steps. But and just trying to help out any way I can, you know what I mean. Whenever I got free time, I try to help the assist and help PSA with the food drives, you know, in the freezing weather, but we out here.
So how long did it take for you to get your own truck after coming home?
It took me about probably 18 months. Took me about 18 months. I mean, I kind of speedballed the situation. You know, I feel I'm the type that I just jump into it. You know what I mean? I feel like if you ain't bold in your moves, you really can't complain about what you do, you know what I mean? And I done already been at the bottom, so I ain't scared to fail, so I'm jumping out there. So I wouldn't advise other people to jump out there and try to get your own truck in 18 months, but it's possible, you know what I mean? And as you can see, I'm trying to do it.
Hard work and dedication?
Hard work and dedication. Just moving to my own apartment. I mean, I'm still moving right now, so that's the next thing on my list. I'm chopping off, you know. I just came up here to show support and didn't think I'll be here, which is why I'm late.
So, but you had 2 years and a couple days, and you got your own trucking business. You had your own apartment, got your own car. That's pretty fucking good.
I mean,
that's pretty fucking good.
True, but at the same time, you know, I got a strong support system too. You know what I mean? I got people that want to see me do good, people that want to see me succeed, and you know, strong work ethic, and you know, I try to stay away from the distractions. You know what I mean? You gotta. One thing about if you going somewhere, you got to figure out the destination and where you don't want to go, and you got to avoid set your destination. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of pitfalls out there that, you know, and no, I'm far from perfect, believe it.
So what about tell the people like some of the mistakes you might have had that you got through?
Oh, like maybe just speedballing, like maybe just trying to do things too fast, because when you've been going 20 years, believe it or not, the hardest thing to get past is you not being there. You know what I mean? You sort of like a ghost. It's like you just appear back on the scene. You have no banking history. You have no renting history. You have no history whatsoever. So everybody, yo, what have you been doing for the past 2 years? Where you been at for the past 2 years? And I've been off the face of the earth. So getting back into that's the hard part. And like I say, it's a learning process, you know.
Do you find yourself getting pulled from like a lot of different people going a lot of different places that just want to take stuff from you? And how do you balance that?
It's a lot of people want your time, you know what I mean, and you wanted. Well, I'm speaking on me. I want to do so much, you know what I mean, and I feel like at times, not that I owe people, but I want to experience people, and I want people to experience the essence of me. But at the same time, still try to stay focused on my path. You know what I mean? So that right there is like the dichotomy you got to try to face. You're trying to live for you, but at the same time, be selfless and selfish at the same time, if that makes sense.
Do you feel like you owe people that did things for you, that held you down, or certain shit like that?
I owe them in two ways. I owe them because they were there for me, so I owe to do things for them. But at the same time, I owe them to go hard for myself, you know what I mean, to put as much effort as I can into myself, you know what I mean, and of course, you've been locked up for a long time, you want to get out here, throw your head back, party, do that third, but at the same time, I feel like I will be letting the people that supported me down, you feel what I'm saying, I'm like, damn, if I don't really push myself and go hard, even when I don't want to go, the support they showed me might be in vain, you feel me? You feel what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, it's hard to balance that with not being there for them personally. You know what I mean? So going through that change, that's kind of like the hard part. So it's more like a war I'm fighting within myself as opposed to being out here. You know what I mean? Because being locked up for anybody that's been locked up for a long time, anybody that's been in a long time know you all right dealing with yourself. I mean, you all right being with yourself. So the alone time you can kind of deal with that.
It's therapeutic. The alone time is therapeutic. Sometimes you need time to yourself just to enjoy yourself.
Yeah. And you need it to refocus. You know what I mean? You might need that shit to refocus because if you get out here, it's always something to do. I mean, it's always people around and you can lose sight on where you want to go, where you're trying to go. And you might be trying to just, help other people, bring other people along. And not everything is for everybody. Not everybody want to go.
That's true. Do you have short-term goals that you want to accomplish within a certain amount of time?
To try to convert my time into money. You know what I mean? Like, i.e. passive income. You know what I mean? Like, so like right now I got one truck. You know what I mean? That's just the joint I'm driving. So the more time I put into the truck, the more money I get. Whereas the short-term goal is to probably try to get like another truck and have other people driving, and where now I got money coming in from different ways. Of course, I made little long-term investments with money as far as stocks and all that stuff, but that's far off. But you still want to establish some sort of passive income, whereas now I will have more time to give to the people that I feel like I owe to. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like I got to go hard now to put my feet up a little later.
So what you think? 2 months, next 2 years, you trying to get another truck? What is your goal?
Shit, next year. I told you, I be speedballing. You know what I mean? Like, I be jumping. You know what I mean? And because I feel like if I fall, I can pick myself up. I ain't got a problem. I'm confident in myself. I feel like I can really pick myself up, so I'm good.
Yeah, well, they not gonna be there. So yeah.
Are you doing? You had a lot of time in prison,
yeah.
And my question is, are you doing what you envisioned when you was in there while you out here? Did you envision doing what you're doing now? Like, did you have a plan when you were in there and I'm coming out to execute? Or just like, all right, now I'm out here. This is what I just found myself doing.
A little of both, actually. My plan was to, actually I had like 4 or 5 plans, actually, you know what I mean? And being in it with all that time, you with me, I done seen people just, you know what I mean, sit on their ass and bullshit their time away. But my main thing I preached was options. All right, check it. I'm locked up. I got 22 years. I'm a convicted felon. So I was like, all right, no one's going to give me anything when I get out there. Like, I'm not going to be able to go out here and just, can I get this? Or it's going to be hard. You know what I mean? So I said, I want to give myself as many options as possible. So I kept myself in peak physical shape, in case I wanted to go the physical trainer route, which was out there. You know what I mean? Keep my six pack right. I dabbled in electricity, carpentry, in case I wanted to go the building maintenance route. I was service state certified in case I wanted to go the food service route. That was my initial plan. Once I got out, I was gonna go into food service. I get out, a week later, COVID, boom, no restaurants, everything shut down. I studied truck driving in CDL. I said in case I want to go that route, because I'm trying to find ways to make money in which my talent, like my talent and my work ethic will speak for itself, where I'm not dependent on anybody giving me a job. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I don't need you to give me a job. Like right now, being that I drive trucks, it's a high demand for trucks, and yo, if you got your own truck, you're going to find work. You know what I mean?
And you feel like your work ethic is going to outride everything else, because once they see what the work you do, they gonna want it. They gonna want you.
Yeah, but and also with every field I just spoke of, food service, physical fitness, like physical fitness, your body is your billboard. So being that I got a six pack, I mean, I got all that. I can say, all right, I can do this, and I can get you to do this. So if I came out here and dedicated myself to that, I felt like I could have made that jump a little bit too.
Results.
Exactly. To show. That's the billboard. Electricity. Everybody needs electricity. People want to be the barber. If you can cut hair, you can always cut hair. But I couldn't. They only had barber schools at the low level joints. I was kind of, being I went in there kind of young. I was kind of wild. So I was kind of wild at first.
You was high risk. You was high risk.
So I didn't do the barber thing, but everything else is like, it's a merit-based. They are merit-based professions. Whereas if you good at the craft, if you dedicate yourself to it, you can make it pop. And so with the truck driving, I said the same thing. I said, now the sacrifice with truck driving is, you depend on your license. So you can't drive reckless. You can't like smoke weed. You get pissed at.
Drink and drive.
You know what I'm saying? Like all these other things that dabble and dictate other areas of your life. That's a sacrifice I got to make right now. I mean, of course, I would love to smoke. I would love to go to parties. I would love to. I'm in Philly, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, Philly ain't like Virginia. It's like, yo, well, now we legal, but it's like everybody in Philly smoking. Every female I meet, they, oh my God, you want to smoke? I'm good.
Have you been impacted by the trucking strike?
Not really. That's more so up in Canada, and it's like up north, but.
So where do you like truck at? Like you're not like all around. You're more local.
No, I travel. Well, right as of right now, I try to stay up and down 95 and might go to Midwest, but I've been all the way out to Cali, Washington State, Nevada. But once I got my own truck, now it's like I can kind of dictate where I go. You know what I mean? To more, and I can dictate like when I work. All right, when I ain't working for a week, I'm good. You know what I mean? And I ain't been working the past like 6 days. I had to move and do all this and that third. But before that, it'll tell you I was missing birthdays, missing. Yeah, matter of fact, he asked me, "Yo, what you want for your birthday? We gonna have a party?" Nah, I gotta work.
What's your favorite thing about being on the road? Cause my mom, she does CDL. Like she been driving since I was a baby, and she's done tractor trailer. She done did Snyder. She do limousines. She do mega buses. She does all that. But now being in it for so long, she like I'm tapped out. I gotta get out. So what is your favorite thing about being on the road, other than your freedom, like feeling free? Cause that's what you always get. But what is it like that
You read my mind too. I was actually about to just say, yo,
Feeling free.
That's when I like feel the free. Is like because I could just be on my own and just I got control over it. Because not being able to go nowhere, believe it or not, being locked up for as long as I was, and it's not even like I got locked up as an adult. You know what I mean? I wasn't like 27. I wasn't like fully formed. Didn't get locked up, and so I got a sense of self. I kind of like grew up under those dire circumstances. You feel what I'm saying? So. Not being able to leave or go when I want to, I kind of like never really had that. On my own. You know what I mean? So now that I got it, being able to just go, being able to just drive, even if it's like for hours, or I was chilling with my man in Augusta, Georgia. You know what I mean? Last week, me and him went to the little club. But it's just being able to do things like that is when I just like feel free. You know what I mean? and I'm another blessing. I'm not on any type of parole or probation like that right there. I've seen how that can put a damper on someone's spirits.
That can dictate your movements.
It can dictate your movements. It can dampen your spirit, and depending, you sort of in the same situation you were when you were incarcerated, because what you can do is predicated upon the whims of somebody else. You know what I mean? It's not even just rules. It's the whims of somebody else. It's how somebody feels that day, that they can just have an impact upon your life.
They want to be a dickhead that day, they can be a dickhead.
Like right now, maybe it's a good, I don't know if it's a good thing or it's a bad thing, but yo, how other people feel really has no merit to me. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I mean, it doesn't dictate how I feel or what I can do. You know what I mean? Even times where I might do something where, you know, I might not want to do it, or I might not like the outcome, because I'm like, you don't necessarily go out to disappoint or hurt people, but at the same time, you still know that, yo, I was in a situation where what I wanted was always on the back burner, always, and it's like, nah, now you out here, so and it's up to you. I mean, you can go in and go, and I ain't saying you pull yourself up by your bootstraps and nobody got it hard, but hard things and hard times going to affect everybody. Everybody's going to feel it. No matter who you are in this life, you're going to feel hard times and adversity. It's up to you to how you do it, how you address them, and how you move on from there. You know what I mean? You control what you can control.
You know my motto: adapt, adjust, and overcome any situation. I don't care what it is.
Hey,
adapt, adjust, and overcome. Huh? No, it's not. No, it's not.
No. See, the adapt part, you accepting the fact that hard things are gonna come. Like, no matter what it is, no matter how hard it is, no matter what happens in your life, if they got shooting drills everywhere. Somebody just come in here just letting off right now. Yo, it's up to you what you gonna do after that. You know what I mean? You can cry about, oh man, I got shot and I ain't do nothing, man. Look at me, I'm in the hospital, man. Or you can just, I'm gonna try to get back and make it pop, make it happen, make it jump.
I try to live by, like, if something happens out of ordinary, or even something that's self-caused and it hurt, suck it up, deal with it, adapt to it, then adjust, and then move on. Because anything else is just going to hurt you. I feel like you gotta just move on.
Look, I made sure I ain't sit in my man's seat because I wanted him to
have a drink. You get to guess it.
Yeah, you got the ruder sisters here, late like usual, but we still love you. But it is what it is.
Yeah, but like I say, as far as adjusting, I just feel like, I ain't even say I feel like, I practice this. No matter what happens, no matter how bad it is, I feel it for a while. I let it soak in, take it in, adjust. I mean, probably like a day. If it's something real hard, I do for 2. I sit in it for 2 days.
So is this for all emotions, or just when it comes to adapting, or is it like you just like, all right, I got 2 days to get over this?
I give it a week the most. The week is the most. I ain't after a week. It's like it ain't never happened. After a week, come on in, man. Come on in. This is today's guest, man. What's going on, man? How you doing, man? Glad to have you here, man. Oh, and we got somebody else here too. The other co-host is here.
I got you.
Mrs. Overby. Oh, there go my pretty daughter too. Okay. Come on, mama. Come on. Come on, baby. Come here. Turn around. Look at the camera. Oh, look at the pretty girl. Look at her. You see my baby? Say hi. No, look up there and say hi.
Look up where?
No, I was you good. You good. You good.
How you doing?
Bro, you can sit. You stay right there. Let them in though. Let them in.
Wait, slide on down.
Yeah, let them.
No, you good.
I'm taking y'all seats.
No, I ain't going to. You might as well.
Y'all seats special.
Come on, man.
I'm taking this joint today.
You see why I was
I
saying
like
that?
this joint right here too.
It's good.
I like this joint.
You see why I was saying that, right?
It's not my baby.
I like this joint right here.
You like
So,
that, Joy?
all right, I'm gonna turn this thing back over to them. I know y'all enjoy seeing me, but I'm gonna give it back to the people. Go ahead.
So we gon'
would
get
love to
right
know
to
how
the
that was
brother.
going.
You know, I'm the assist. This Nick Raw Cannon.
Hey.
We got the great feeling all the time. My
Listen,
brother
this
Mark, you know
boy
what I mean?
right He about to have a part on the show.
He
A permanent
always
part
come
on the
in
show.
and let it be known. But we got a brother down here. We don't introduce nobody. You know, I had to shoot up there, grab the brother because it's important. I need y'all to see all the different people who are in our community serving, have different experiences, different stories. As always, we was having a dope conversation in the car. You know what I mean? I wish I was recording it. I'll play it back on Instagram or something. But I'm gonna let him tell y'all who he is. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he a little gunshot. We was having a whole conversation in the car.
Don't tell nobody.
But, you know, just give him a little rundown. Tell him your name. You know what I'm saying? I know he the vice president of overall training. That might not be something that's on his brain just right now because he just got the position, correct?
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Okay.
So he probably forgot to tell y'all that in the process of his story because his story is dope. The first thing I want to ask is, how did you meet Monique?
Well, Monique, how did I meet Monique? Oh, I was introduced to Monique through another friend of mine, Vanessa, who works for Black Coalition for Minority Contractors. And I met her there, and she, you know, felt that me and Monica were doing the same thing. And so she wanted us to meet. And so we did, and it has truly been a blessing. That woman she's one of the hardest working women I know. And to be with a strong Black woman that's doing things in this city that no other woman does, it's just a blessing to be with her.
And her name is Monique Deli. We had her on the show twice. She's the founder, director, everything for overall training. You know, she's one of those Underground Railroad Black folk. You know what I'm saying? If you hip, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you know. All your skin folk ain't kin folks.
Come on.
Nah.
Listen.
Nah, but
Y'all gotta
she
excuse
doing
her.
she doing some yeah. We ain't even gonna get to tell y'all this week, but we gonna tell y'all.
Y'all gotta excuse
But overall training is a major step in workforce development for our community. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
She don't discriminate against anybody. Anybody can come in and be a part of it, but I know for a fact that it's directed towards our community with inclusion for everybody else. And people are scared to say stuff like that sometimes. She definitely not one of those people because, you know, she'll tell you in a minute, we need to cut this shit. Go back and look. We got videos of her. Like, she'll let you know, yo, we need to cut this shit. We need to get to what it's really about, man.
She's definitely the truth. And no sugarcoating.
Exactly.
This is what it's going to be. And, you know, from my experiences and interactions with her, it's just all genuine honesty, love, and support. Like, she really wants to uplift our people.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that is unique about what we're doing right now. Number one, we know we have the answer. It's no doubt in our mind we have the answer. And how, once again, me and Monique kind of came together. I've been dealing in the prison program and reentry for about 30 years now. I was brought into that by, God rest his soul, Malik Aziz. And Brother Malik Aziz introduced us to the prison system and truly helping our brothers and sisters in reentry. And so I've been a part of it since then. And, you know, it's been this time last year, man, it's kind of crazy because I'm not supposed to be here. You know, they told me that I wasn't going to make it. This time last year, I had triple organ failure. And that's how I know God is good. He's the one that makes the final decision. They said I'm not going to be here. And God said, yes, you are. You have to go and help our young men and women. So I know why he saved me. And to be here is truly a blessing. And I know I'm here to help our people really realize the lies that we were taught before. I'm not here to teach us how to get jobs. I'm here to teach entrepreneurship. I'm here to teach generational wealth. Stuff that wasn't taught to us.
Yes.
Words that we're not used to hearing.
Exactly.
Why we shouldn't have generational wealth. And I'm talking about right now, we've developed a driving program, a trucking program, where we're taking individuals from $0 to $100,000 within 18 months. Unheard of. Why we can't live like that? No, we're going to make sure that our people live right and we continue to do each other right. And our motto is, as our kids come through and get trained, get certified, we're teaching them to go out to own their own, so now they can redo. And now we don't ask nobody else to hire us. We're continuing hiring ourselves. So our motto is set up to be self-sufficient, and it will work. It will work.
Now you teach, or you're a part of teaching brothers and sisters how to get their CDL, right?
Yes.
And are you doing something in construction as well?
Absolutely.
So, all right. So I hear construct. I got a lot of questions, and then my brother right here, he drives. He knows that reality of doing time, because me, him, my other brother Mal, we all did time, and he knows what that looks like to come out. I'm zeroed out and then get the CDL, and it's like, oh, look at all these opportunities.
Tell you that I did 22 years now. I came out. I've been out. It'll be 2 years in about 5 days. Got my own truck already, and I've been driving since I've been out. And when you told me this, I was like, wow. I want to ask you if you need any help.
Exactly.
You the case study, my brother. It's brothers like you. While we do this, you are a living testament to why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I didn't know I was sitting next to you. You've already done it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So like I said, I know it's the answer.
And I was telling
He's
him,
here to
I'm sure y'all can collaborate.
learning how to drive is a hard thing.
Oh, for sure. The thing is, see, what we're doing is we're getting like-minded people that's already doing great things and continue, because I was always taught, you don't have to be the best. Just know where the best is and put them on your team. Now you're the best. It's my dream team.
Nah, that's a dope thing, because we talk on this show a lot. Like when you was asking me the premise of the show, you know what I'm saying? I told you it's a resource show, but as well, collaboration is major for us.
It is.
Like the fact that we love being black folks and we love black folks, we always reach out to say, yo, we got to work with other black folks as much as possible. Whether that's social, recreational, professional, we want to be reaching out to our folks. Upstate, me and my brothers, we would talk and then be like, man, Ru, you hate white folks. You know what I'm saying? And I can talk about that at another time, but it ain't that I hate white folks. It's that I love my folks so much. Exactly.
It's a difference.
Exactly.
It's a difference between being for you. I'm for us all the time.
Right.
I'm not against them.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm just for us.
Exactly. And we got so many things going on. I don't have the time, the energy, the space to even worry about anybody else. It's so much going on with my people. I don't have the time to really worry about other folks. Not that, again, it's not that I don't care. It's so much that been going on that goes on with us. I just don't have the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's no hate. That's no indifference. That's just, I don't have the time. Because everybody else gonna take care of theirs.
Yeah,
they gonna make sure theirs is good.
There's so many areas that we can focus on in the lives of our own people that would monopolize so much of our brain. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Our time, everything that you can't really take into consideration and consider. I mean, I'm just saying, like it is what it is, and we talk a lot on this show about oppression and the different systems and institutions that's out there holding us down or trying to hold us back and hold us down. But we're going to do that because we're going to continue to talk about it and share, with the people that
they
this
need
is
to know
what
where
it
the
is, that
resources
this is the reality. But the fact that we can also uplift our people share the resources, collaborate with other people, resources that can benefit everybody. It can benefit us as a resource show. It can benefit the service providers and letting people know that the programs is out there, because that's one of the problems in our community. People don't understand or even know about a lot of the services and programs that's out here for them. And this right here is one of them.
This is major. So the thing I gotta remember too. Did you tell people your name? I don't think you said what your name was.
Oh,
You
I
kind of
did.
jumped in. I might have even cut you off because I apologize for that. But
Well,
let people know what your name is.
my
Dang,
name
I'm sorry.
is Craig Big Mac McCullom.
See, he ain't say that.
Everybody
he ain't say
call
Yeah,
that.
he
I ain't hear
did,
that.
because he
I ain't hear
didn't.
that.
No.
Those who know me in Philly from basketball, as you see, I'm a part of the Philadelphia Black Basketball Hall of Fame. I was the 5th leading scorer in Philadelphia in 1980 when I came out of school. I graduated from Wagner College, Staten Island. I say I'm not remember Sprewell tried to strangle the PJ Carlissimo? That was actually my coach who recruited me. Sprewell wasn't the first person who tried to choke him, but his pocket's fatter than mine, so you remember him. And my NCAA championship was in 1983. We were the last non-conference team to beat Duke at Duke. I beat Duke, Johnny Dawkins.
Wow.
So that's great. See, I don't even want to get into that because we can start talking about basketball and take up the whole show because it's some basketball junkies in the room. So when you say that, when you say you the 5th leading scorer in high school, that means something to us because we junkies. You know what I'm saying? Most people that don't.
we a bunch of ballers in here. Ain't none of us got no record like that.
Nah, not at all. So, that it's so dope to me, man, because every time you say something new come up. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of this show, man. And that's the reason why we always allow people to come back. We was late, so you definitely got to come back. We definitely got to do this right for you. You know what I mean? But as far as overall training is concerned, the re-entry part of it, because I know it's not just geared towards re-entry.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But the re-entry part of it, me and Monique never really talked about that being like a mainstay. Not saying that it wasn't. Me and her just never really we touched on it. But are you coming on board? Does that solidify re-entry, or was re-entry already something going on at overall training?
I brought re-entry to her.
Gotcha.
What it was, we looked at each other's situation, and once again, I brought a part that she didn't have, but she wanted. And it was necessary for me in the prison program to have her.
Right.
Because she brought the jobs and careers. So she brought value to what I was doing at the prisons. So she took my, entry-level program to another level. Now with offering certifications, we can now offer real jobs, real certifications that not only will fare here in Pennsylvania, but the nation. Right now, all of our certifications are certified by the United States Department of Labor, not Pennsylvania, the United States. So they can transfer all over. So what she has, she had the dental system program, the
phlebotomy, the cosmetology.
Yeah, phlebotomy, cosmetology, and hair cutting. And then what I was doing, I was already doing the construction program.
Right.
So I have, the electrician. I have electrician, plumbing, carpentry, building maintenance, building management, heavy equipment operators. And I was actually just talking to my partner yesterday that I'm working on a pilot program, which is going to teach commercial airline pilotry to minority kids with a starting salary of $100,000.
So the same thing I say to her. Well, I already had to connect to you because I got to connect to her. We have the building opening on Broad and York, 2331. It's a drop-in center, Cornerstone. The demographic that we're targeting is young folks who age out of foster care, 18 to 26. That's not the only. You don't have to have aged out of. If you 18 to 26 and you need resources, we want you to come through. So, we gonna make sure y'all got an office in there. We gonna make sure. Me and Monique talk about this almost daily. Every time I talk to her, you coming to the building, right? I'm coming, Jarue. You coming to the building, right? Because I feel like what overall training is doing, it could take multiple offices in the drop-in center that these young folks starting at 18 years old are definitely going to need. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, count me wrong if you want, but I've never thought small. Can't. My vision is to have this nationwide. There's
Right.
kids all over the world that need what we have. Right now, we're just trying to take care of our backyard in Philadelphia.
Right.
And as we do it here, everybody else is going to see what we're doing. And then they're going to come, hey, wow, come do that for us.
Right.
Because we see the success that you're having there.
Because
So
when
that's
I
what we're doing.
when I talk to young folks, I definitely, when we talk about careers and stuff, you always want a job or you want a career that travels. You know what I mean? Anywhere you go in the world, you can do construction. Anywhere you go in the world, they need truck drivers. It's crazy because one of the things about truck drivers I read when I was reading about them saying like a lot of truck drivers is aging out, I never really thought of it in the large scale how you said you think big. If you don't got truck drivers, you're talking about cities starving. Like literally, you talking about this is the veins, the arteries, them roadways, that food, that whatever the commodity is that's in this truck. If you don't got a truck driver, nothing comes from the shores.
Nothing.
One of the reasons why I picked this particular field was I came out and Corona hit the next week. Like the world shut down. And I was like, yo,
Everything.
I looked at trucks.
Still running.
They still moving.
They
They
never
had
stopped.
to.
They never
had
stopped. So
to.
that I jumped with both feet into that field.
Right.
And I had a chance to pivot out to do something else.
Right.
Because, this is time consuming, driving trucks. But
Right.
with the uncertainty of how everything is with this corona, you never know if it's going to be another shutdown. I said, yo, I'm staying fast and just go hard with this. I mean,
Right.
which is why I got my own truck and all that.
Nah,
stuff.
that's good. That's good money. But it's definitely that, like, we joke about that because a lot of guys that come home, they, that's the golden ticket. And
That's
everybody be
essential.
talking about, yo, get the CDL.
It's
But yo,
essential.
this is the thing, like you said, though, about that. A young lady I was dealing with, she drive trucks. I took a trip with her to Vermont, right? And I really seen how this ain't just regular driving. Like, this is like, I was like, it's involved.
It's really
Like,
dry.
we in a truck, and then we was in, like, weather where it was snow, and, like, this was, like, labor. I'm watching her, and I'm amazed. I'm like, yo, like, you handling this joint. Like, this ain't me just being in the car and talking about I'm all over the city with it. Like, that truck driving is involved, dog. Like, I'm not gonna say it's hard, but it's involved, man. I seen it with my own eyes sitting in the passenger seat, like, yo. And then we got to like tough roads and stuff like that, and up Vermont, like
Yeah.
in the summertime it's snow in Vermont.
But the thing about trucks, what you don't know, look around your house. Anything you see at one time, touch the truck.
That's crazy.
Anything that you see in that house it had to get there by a truck. So that industry is, number one, it's not going away.
Right.
The finances in there. When I first started researching this, it was 2.5 years ago before we actually put the project into motion. But it was an $800 billion business then. It's over $1 trillion business.
Right.
If you know about market shares, if it's $1 trillion, you want to get in and see how much of that market you can get.
Right.
I think there's a couple million in there for me.
Nah, definitely that. Definitely that.
Couple million in there for me.
So what is one of the obstacles? Because Monique says, we need to get out our own way. You know what I'm saying? Like we standing in our way. What do you think? Doing what you already been doing and then coming and linking up with Monique. What is one of the obstacles you say that's hindering us?
Us as a people, we just have not moved to the point where instead of making excuses saying what we can't do and what people won't let us do, black people have always been resilient, and nobody has ever been able to tell us no, but we tell ourselves no, and that's the only thing. Until we learn that we are the kings and queens and princes that we are, we continue to believe what was told to us that we are. So instead of reading and knowing your own truth, if we can only find our own truth, we were born and we're used to helping each other. We're used to loving each other. We were taught this other way of life. So we have to reteach and re-educate the miseducation that we had.
Yes.
And one of those miseducations that we stress here at overall training that me and Monique talk about all the time, that we want to be different, is we want to teach entrepreneurship.
Right.
We don't want to teach you to go have a job, because that was the lie that they told us.
That was the lie.
Go get it. Go to school. Go to college. Learn everything you can in college. Don't use that education that you got a debt for when you come out. Now you got an $80,000-$90,000 debt that you got to pay for, that you get in a job that has nothing to do with what you just studied.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, even though I am a college graduate, I have a double major, criminal justice and business administration, I vowed I was not going to be a dumb athlete. I was going to be a scholar athlete. I did that. But I don't think of myself as any better as anybody else who didn't, because the reality of it, I know. Number one, my father was illiterate. He had a 6th grade education. He raised 5 of us, bought 2 investment homes, and worked down the waterfront for his whole life. Okay? That was my dad. My grandfather, once again, illiterate. 6th grade education. Raised 6 kids, took care of my grandmother, but my grandfather was in the trades. He couldn't read or write, but guess what? He could build a house from the ground up. So that was his talents. So my grandmother and grandfather used each other. She had the education, he had the skills. They put them together and they raised a family. That's how they did it then. Now we're more educated, but we have to teach ourselves about entrepreneurship, owning our own business, hiring ourselves, not asking people for jobs. That's what we have to teach, and that's what we teach at overall training.
And that's one of the things that I have pointed out, and I want people to recognize it more and more, to just acknowledge it so we can know that we're actually doing it. Because I feel like sometimes black folk do stuff and they feel like it's an individual thing, like I'm just doing it or you're just doing it. But if we look at the aggregate, if we look at everything, we see black folk is doing this. We just not telling each other, yo, this how we moving. And when you say what you say about hiring us, that's something black people don't know. We hire ourselves more than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
we don't know that, so we don't stick together, y'all.
I don't know why you don't know it. Ain't nobody else hiring us.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So that's one of the things, like you said, we have to start telling each other like what we do again, like what we've been able to do, what we're doing. We just don't connect the dots to know that a lot of us is doing it. You know what I'm saying?
And I think the way, and I like the fact that you pointed it out, and you also said it, is the way we are thinking, right? So we need to have like a real system in place, and putting these systems in place, overall training, stuff like that, for our people to come up and go through an experience and get that cognitive restructuring, right?
Ooh, I like that word.
Get that
I told you
cognitive
about it, didn't I?
restructuring so that they can see that this is not the way that we need to be living. We can learn to do for ourselves. A lot of the generations, the youth that we out here, they don't understand. They don't see it or believe it, right? So what we got to do is we got to create our own systems, let them come up through these systems, experience the real truth, so that when they grow, they can be and learn to be independent, and then go out there and be entrepreneurs instead of being employees.
Absolutely.
You can go out and get a college education. You can spend that money and come out and create your own business. You don't have to come out with a degree and work for other people. I mean, you might want to, you might do that in the process, but the end goal can be to have your own.
Absolutely.
You don't have to utilize these systems that they put in place for us to just be employees. So I think it's very, very important that we are in our own way. Excuse me, but I also think it's important that creating systems, putting things in place like overall training, giving our people an opportunity to come through a system like that is going to change the way we see the world.
Mhm.
That's what's going to help us. That's where it's going to move forward at.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate, like, having programs like this is definitely one of the reasons why we here at PSA.
Exactly.
Because we want to share this resource with
Public
y'all. We
service
want to show
announcement.
y'all that this is not the end all to be all. We got systems out here.
We
Love,
got work to
support,
do.
and grace.
We got a lot of work
resources.
to do, but it's in progress.
So we can't run over on the time. We was late. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We
was.
got a little bit out for the people to be a little, you know, like what else he going to tell us about? Like, you know what I'm saying? He got some. So you gotta let me know, when can you come back? Can you come back next week for us to, like, you know, start talking about basketball, everything?
For you?
You working at him working at
We just got
Pfizer.
off a plane 7:00 this morning.
Yeah, I ain't
so
been to sleep yet.
You know, we little
Him
wagged
working
a
at
little bit.
Pfizer. That's something we need to hear about for what,
Wait,
19 years?
What?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm ready to bust somebody's ass, man.
How we ain't talk about that?
Because we
Look,
don't, because he got to come back. We was
you
late.
do
We
gotta
was
come
late.
back.
We apologize.
Yeah,
I really do
We do
apologize.
apologize, y'all.
Yeah,
But
it was crazy.
My
Next
ride
week-
was my ride called an emergency.
It's
so
cool.
I do apologize.
It's cool. It
No,
happens.
you
It
see
happens.
what happened, right? He gonna come.
But
through
I
and
will
scoop.
definitely come back.
Next week.
That's what's up.
Absolutely.
So we can get the whole story, man, because I love hearing Black folk stories. Like, we are a rich people that you think are just regular neighbors that you see in the street. That's one of the things about Worcester and Dairy. I gotta get that out.
Yes.
Let me get all the good Philly service announcement, PSA. Takeover Tuesday, takeover Nick, Raw Cannon, the exact mile, our social media coordinator.
She's a lot more than a social media coordinator. Okay, she holds
My
it down.
brother Mark, you know what I'm saying? We got the baby in the house. Go ahead, let him know who she is real quick. One more
Mama.
time.
Come on, boo boo.
Let them know who she is one time. It's a family affair.
It's the baby.
It's the
my
baby.
baby right there.
Yo, she was this big when I came home, man. She was this big.
Say bye, baby.
Say bye to
Wait. Say
Did she just get
bye.
scared on us? So we
She
got
acting shy.
Craig Big Mac McCullum.
That's me.
Fifth in the nation in 81. I mean, fifth in the city in scoring in 81.
In the 80.
80. Listen, man, we will be back. We
This the type
appreciate
people we bring on
Toucan.
our
Yeah,
show.
listen,
Yeah, listen.
they loaded.
This-
But again, before I get out, before he cut everything off on us, Worcester and Dairy, it was a success. We were away. It still went down. I was away. It still went down like it was supposed to go down. Carlita, Social Impact Cafe, Anwar, Caprice, it's Cowan. I'm saying Cohen. Caprice, Cowan, her mom, Donna Cowan, they came out, they volunteered.
Oh, that's
Miss
what's up.
Karen, my dog Erica Stewart, Bino, Z. I know I'm missing some people. Everybody, yo, they showed up.
Dana and Caprice's mom was out there. So that was a 3-generation.
Yes. Oh, they mom
Oh,
was
the
out
mom
there
was
too.
out there.
Yo, listen, it's getting big, y'all.
This thing is.
Ain't better have his ass out there this
Yeah,
Saturday.
because his wrist is not broken
Ain't
anymore.
better have his ass out there
This
this
He
thing
come
Saturday.
is
back.
way bigger than us, y'all.
Yes, it is.
It's way bigger.
Yes,
than
it
us.
is. And we need y'all to come on in and get some of these resources, man. You know,
Yes.
we around. PSA, Philly service announcement. That's what we doing out here. Brother definitely going to be back next week. Toucan, thanks for the extra minutes, man. You
We
always show us
appreciate
love.
you too, Ken.
And we-
Yo, shout out my brother, the third co-host.
my man Mark
Did.
always show up in the clutch.
Listen.
Because it was just seats up here at 5 o'clock. And Mark come through and give them what they need, man. We appreciate you, brother. You already know, man.
All the time.
I thought I came in the wrong place.
No, you good. That's
you
what
in
we
the
doing
right
out
spot.
here,
You in the
y'all.
right
We
spot.
out.
All right, y'all.